Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Breeding to Win, and a hearty congratulations to all the winners of the Equus Awards, which took place last Tuesday at Empress Palace. What a great achievement, not only the winners, but to the nominees as well. Let's take a look at what you can look forward to on tonight's show. We bring you a highlights package of the Equus Awards. I chat to Roz Waterman about Racebook, the all-new interactive form site, and we get an update on Royal Mo.
Gabor now, the weight of money's on her, and here comes Gabor with a thrilling finish, and Gabor beat them. Got the green lighters burning through, and got the green light, and Anton Marker's bullseye. Every stride tells a story.
Celtic Sea is sneaking throughout the rail. Oh, Susanna's now putting in a strong claim on the outside. At Celtic Sea over the last 100. Snow Dance, oh, Susanna, but Celtic Sea's going on and won it. It's a 1 by a length and a quarter. Twist of Fate is trying to wear it down over the last 100. Awam still being kept together. Twist of Fate is trying to make a race of it, but Awam's going on.
Susanna still in front. Lady in Black is trying to wear it down on the outside. It's Susanna on the inside. Lady in Black, she's trying to bridge the gap into the closing stages, but Susanna goes all of the way to win it.
Down the inside, Do It Again. Rainbow Bridge is also trying to put in a claim, but Cirillo still holds on. Cirillo, Do It Again. And then Rainbow Bridge has to come around them. Cirillo from Do It Again over the last 50. It's close. Do It Again won it.
Casimir has hit the front now with 100 to go in the Betting World Cape Flying Championship. It's Casimir. Trip to Heaven is flying home late, but Casimir's in command here, and Casimir's won it.
Do it again on the outside. Socrat, do it again. These two left to fight it out. It's the 3-year-old Socrat with his head in front. Do it again with one late lunge. Gets up on the line.
Do It Again's down the centre of the course, coming with an electric finish. Do It Again, he's coming at Rainbow Bridge. He's a born leader, and he will do it again.
Magnificent 7. That puts his head in front. Dynasty's Blossom is trying to catch him on the inside. Magnificent 7. Dynasty's Blossom. Magnificent 7 with his head in front. Magnificent 7 from Dynasty's Blossom.
Forgive me, I promise I won't take long. I wanted to say thank you very much. It's a very great honor for us, and we've discussed wanting to win this one day, but we never dreamed we would be able to do it this year. And there are a couple of people we really want to thank. Most importantly, everybody who works at Wilgeborstrift and Maritzfontein and have worked so hard for this. And a lot of them are here tonight. And a lot of them are sitting in Germiston looking after 2-year-olds, and a lot of them are on the farms waiting to catch foals, and this is for all of you guys. Thank you very, very much. And there are a lot of people who help on the farms, vets and farriers and dentists, and he hates being mentioned, but Shahan Malherba helps us with all of our pedigrees. We'll start abusing you again tomorrow, but tonight, thank you very much. And then to all the buyers and the agents and the trainers and the jockeys and the grooms who have made us look good this year. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow award winners and nominees, it is a privilege to be recognized among such illustrious members of the South African racing fraternity tonight. This award is very special to me. It was my goal at the start of the season. I planned for it, worked hard for it, and I'm very proud to have achieved it. I need to pay special thanks to my family, especially my mom, dad, and sister. You're my biggest supporters and have always believed in me. To my granddad, Orman Ferraris, words cannot describe the insight and knowledge that you have given me. Without this, I wouldn't have become the rider that I am today. None of this would have been possible without the South African Jockey Academy. To the National Riding Jockey Coach, Mr. Robert Moore, and the Jockey Coaches based at Summerveld. Thank you for all the work you put in behind the scenes that allowed me to perform at my best. To all the owners and trainers that have given me the rides this past season, I'm very grateful. Without these rides, I wouldn't be standing here today. I especially want to thank Mr. Terry and Mr. Snaith for their support and encouragement this past season. This enabled me not to only be crowned champion apprentice, but also ride my first Grade 1 winner. I also need to thank Mr. Chris van Niekerk and Mr. Nick Johnson for their continued support. It is a privilege as an apprentice to ride in your colours, and I'm very honoured to have been a part in your incredible success this season. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here on the eve of my departure for the greatest adventure of my life, which was organised long before I knew that I was definitely going to be crowned South Africa's champion jockey. I therefore trust you will understand and accept my absence. Before I proceed further, well done to all tonight's nominees and congratulations to the winners. In a season of back-to-backs, I got to do it again. The Christmas Handicap Double, the Garden Province Stakes, and now this. I'm honoured and privileged to be standing here. The competition was tough. Well done to Musieni for an outstanding season that pushed us well over the 200 winner mark to achieve both our personal bests. A big thank you to Sean Terry, whom put the T in team, which this year comprised of champion trainer, champion jockey, champion owner Mr. Van Niekerk, and champion apprentice Luke Ferraris. Congratulations to champion breeders Maritz Fontaine and Wilgewas Drift, whom fittingly bred my special filly, Celtic Sea. Thanks to Yvette, my dad, Rocky, and the entire Dipping Blue team. Another great team to be a part of, who provided me with many winners and a lot of success. I hope to travel just as well as they seem to do. Not forgetting every other yard who helped me through every furlong of the season. Dees, you joined me mid-season and underlined your goal was to ensure I retain the title, despite being 40 winners behind. I was a bit gobsmacked, but my next thought was that we'd make a great team, seeing that you're just as ambitious and just as optimistic as I. Thank you very much for everything and well done. Pippa and Aventure, you have been fantastic and I appreciate our long-standing relationship. I'm sorely going to miss it. We have built up a strong friendship, one that we can take out of this and grow. Whatever the time frame I'm going for, I'm going to miss you all, and I wish everyone a safe and successful competition this season and the ones to come. Last but not least, to the fantastic animals we get the pleasure of working with and riding every day. We could not be here without them. Thank you very much to them. Thank you very much to everyone, and enjoy the evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to believe another season has come and gone. Thank you to the RA and well done to the nominees and all the award winners, and to Empress Palace for this lovely evening. Thanks to Pumalela, Gold Circle, and Kenilworth Racing for putting on the show. To the NHA for regulating. I think each centre has had a memorable feature season. Well done. To Lyle Hewitson for the commitment, discipline, and of course, retaining the champion jockey title. I wish you well in the great opportunity that lies before you. Well done. Luke, on achieving your champion apprentice, you have a great future. Follow Lyle's example of dedication, and the world is your oyster. Well done to rider Jogan Guiza, another committed individual who adds great value to the yard. While we have a big team, including administrators, assistants, grooms, work riders, vets, farriers, physio, etc. They know who they are, and I thank them for the role they have played in our success. However, a special mention needs to be made of assistants Andresen Zongo, Monique Mansour, Sharlok Ntwesi, Tabu Naku, and Zed Ngabozui. Thank you for embracing the concept of teamwork and taking it to another level, especially towards the end of the season. A big thank you to all my owners for the role they've played this season. And as usual, the backbone of my yard, Chris. You've always been a role model for me, living by an honor code that is second to none. Thank you for your and Eric's unwavering support, commitment, and friendship. Congratulations on your championship. It was a target for me from the off, and moreover, a privilege and pleasure for my team and I to have played a hand. To my wife Karen and my children, thank you for the selfless support and backing. You celebrate with me, but more importantly, you are there to support and love unconditionally. My wish for the racing season to come is that we forget the blame game. Rather, let's focus on the end game. That we pull together, change the way we disagree, and be mindful that humility goes a long way. Thank you.
Well done to all the nominees tonight. Congratulations to the winners, equine and human. In each category, you have triumphed in a very tough field. Thank you to the Equus Committee, Larry and his team, the people who do all the hard work. I thought it was a great show put on tonight. I liked the visuals in the beginning, announcing every category. And we appreciate your hospitality. There is an Arabian saying that says that the horse is a gift from God to mankind. Everybody who's ever bred a champion, cared for, looked after, trained, ridden, and owned a champion would vouch for that. Now, this gift has the ability to create and stir passion in men and women. So it's no doubt then, or no surprise then, when there are debates going on and discussions going on about our industry, that many of the utterings in that process are generously spiced with passion and emotion. And if I didn't have the passion, I wouldn't be standing here. So let's accept that and embrace that, first of all. In this process, everybody has an opinion. Everybody knows apparently exactly what's wrong and what has to be done. However, at the same time, us humans, we have an unfortunate trait. We seem to jump too easily to thinking negative, talking negative, acting negative. We seem to find it very difficult to think positively and talk positively. And I understand that, particularly when you're in a situation when things don't look so good. In my experience, over many situations and businesses, I've come to learn that things are never as bad as they seem. And there's a simple reason for that. There's so much noise in the system at that time, so much noise, that you actually can't see the wood for the trees and you can't actually see the real problems. So what has to happen, you have to cut through the noise, push aside the noise and get to the real issues. And you'll find when these so-called big problems are broken down in their manageable components, and that's what they are. There are always solutions to be found. And normally good common sense prevails. But somebody said to me the other day, by the way, there's one problem with common sense. It's apparently not so common. So if we then have had this perfect storm on our industry, this is certainly not the time to keep on pulling and running in 10 different directions. This is a time for sound minds to get together and to collectively agree on a solution, or I suspect solutions, to a sustainable future. And in this regard, 2 African proverbs come to mind. Cross the river in a crowd, and a crocodile will not eat you. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Thank you very much.
I'll start by saying that the reason we're all here is because we love horses. And that is certainly why I own racehorses. There's nothing that gives one more pleasure than a normal winner. But when you have the honor of being involved in a horse like Do It Again, it's quite extraordinary. Of course, tonight we miss Bernard Cantor, my partner, who's not feeling very well, and he's at home in London. And most of all, we miss the extraordinary Jack Mitchell, who was not only an extraordinary owner, but a wonderful friend, and certainly an enormous part of the fun that I had in racing with him, being a partner in so many horses. I really hope that Nancy and Helga are watching at home, and I'm sure they'll be absolutely thrilled with this award. There's a long list of people who've been involved with Do It Again. Of course, he was bred by Robin Bruss on Drakenstein. I think Drakenstein deserves a special mention because he was born there, and they do an incredible job of raising their foals and yearlings. That no doubt had an impact on his performance. Of course, the wonderful team led by Justin Snaith at Snaith's Racing, who has done an amazing job with him. His groom Isaac, who is dedicated to him. Richard Ferrie, who is completely in love with him. And everyone else involved. It's a huge honor. Of course, all our families also enjoy the excitement that this wonderful horse brings all of us. The love that the public show to a champion just reminds us how important racing is, and the joy that it can bring to so many people. People on the racecourse who just adore watching a champion at work. And it's incumbent on all of us to embrace the love people have for champions and for horses, and to remember that in the difficult times that racing finds itself in. So I urge all of you to put your best foot forward and do whatever it takes to make sure that we can keep the show on the road and have many more do-it-agains. Thank you so much.
Racebook is the most informative website that I've ever used for form studying.
One of the main features I use is the Follow Me, which is when I pick on a horse and I click on it, you actually send me an alert when it's running. That's fantastic because I'm following about 150 horses at the moment. I'll watch the videos on your archives. I make a note of what I want to next time the horse is running, and I'll get alerted the day before, which is fantastic.
I log on to Racebook every morning. I run through all the races. I set alarms for when we have runners so that I don't miss any races during the day. I would highly recommend Racebook to anyone who needs up-to-date racing information and an easy-to-use form guide at their fingertips, all presented in a very attractive and user-friendly app interface.
Racebook is a fantastic site. As a bloodstock agent and racing manager, I use it daily. It's got all the information I need, and it's very user-friendly.
Racebook is great. We buy a lot of horses from South Africa, and what we really enjoy is how detailed the page is for the form of the horse, and also how quickly it's updated. There is so much information that's useful. For example, the date of gelding, the stakes money earned, the current rating, the highest rating, and the direct links to the teletrack videos are fantastically useful as well. It allows us to merge our Racebook and teletrack accounts, and overall they keep improving the site, and it's actually our one-stop shop now whenever we want to examine the form of the horse we want to buy.
Hi, good day. This is Alistair Brown of Aquarius Bloodstock. I founded Aquarius back in 1989, which was in the days before the internet, but at the time I was the only person in Africa with a computer connection through to the Jockey Club of America's database, which was, for me at the time, absolutely invaluable for moving forward and doing the business that I do. But over the years, with the internet progressing as it has, more and more services have become available, and one of the best here in South Africa has been Racebook. There isn't a day goes by that I don't access Racebook for race records, for stallion stats, to see what a broodmare has produced, and the ever-evolving data and improvements to the system is something that I have to take my hat off to them, and it is something I can highly recommend to anybody, owners, trainers, breeders within the industry, both locally and abroad.
Racebook keeps me thoroughly updated on horses' form and merit ratings. Its format is easy to use on mobile or PC. I can check on my stats on a daily basis. It is an essential tool to myself and Gavin at Team Tara Racing Stables. Racebook, the only on-track, online, all-the-time information I have ever needed in one convenient place.
Well, it's lovely to have Roz Waterman from Racebook to tell us more about the website. Roz, welcome to the Breeding Twin Show.
Thanks, Julie, and thanks very much for having me.
Roz, tell us what's so different about this website compared to all the other racing websites?
I think if you look at other racing websites, they're very single in what they pull across. So basically what we're trying to do is consolidate a whole lot of data and information into one platform and make it a one-stop shop for users, punters, breeders, and so on.
Where did this idea of Racebook originate from?
We launched in December 2017, just with basic form pages and race cards. And then the last year or so, Devon and myself have been working towards pulling through stats and making a bit more user-friendly, and hopefully get to version 6 where we can have the whole idea pulled together. We have created a landing page that's which you didn't see in version 1. So this is the landing page.
Okay.
Fill in your information, log in. It will take you initially to the home page, show you upcoming events, and then just results from yesterday. So basically, if you wanted to go look at racing today, you'd click on racing. Those are all your race cards.
Okay.
We've just got all your information. You've got your previous form. If you click there, it will take you through to that race. You've got the horse, jockey, trainer, equipment. It is interactive, so if you clicked on jockey, it would take you through, or trainer, it would take you through to those profiles. If you wanted to go see this horse, Dancing Flame, you could click on Dancing Flame's profile, and you'd get all the information on Dancing Flame over there. And over here, we've got the race replays. So it is against the form, which a lot of users have found quite handy. If you wanted to go to horse profiles or search a horse, you could either do it at the top of your screen, or you could search for the horses over here. If you wanted to see Do It Again, we'd click on Do It Again.
And that pretty much brings up all the information on Do It Again.
Yes. We currently have CTS's results embedded in the Racebook site, and we are looking to include BSA and Magic Millions. I am in contact with them. We're looking at including their their sales results.
Okay, well, the big question is the cost. How much will it cost a user to register?
The idea is to keep the site free. I'd love to keep the site free. I think it's important. But we're obviously looking to expand and improve the site. So we are having to rely on advertising at the moment. So if that takes off and we get what we want, then we can continue to build the site. So it is free for users at the moment.
Well, that was my big question, is what was the cost involved, because that's always what it's about, to register.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's fantastic. So right now it's free. You can just register and you'll get all the information from around the world, pretty much.
Yes, correct.
Well, I think it's a fantastic site. Anything else you want to add there, Roz?
Yeah, I'd like to just run you through profiles. We're looking at populating the site with profiles. Basically, we've also included a following function that you can see over here. If I clicked follow, as soon as Do It Again is carded to run, I'd get an email notification letting me know that he's been carded to run. It would also appear, if you go to at the top of the page, My Profile, and go down to My Portfolio, you'd get a list of all the horses that you are following in your portfolio, and you can add notes on each of them over there. If you go to trainers, you can search all this information, but there's a few featured trainers where they can put in their pictures and contact information. So say we go to Candace's profile. Basically, you can see here her form over the last 6 months. So the line would be how many runs she's had. Yellow is wins, and then the grey is places. So if you wanted to see, you can actually cross these tabs out. So you can see this month she's had 2 wins. You can see all of her stats. You can go to her results. You could actually see when the yards, when they're not in form, or if they're having African horse sickness, along with the video replays. I'd just like to also say that RA members do get free access to Teletrack. So if you are an RA member, it's important that you get your code and get signed up to Teletrack, because then you can get the video replays on the site.
Okay, so if you're not an RA member or you haven't registered with Teletrack, then can you still see the replays?
No, you have to be a Teletrack member in order to see the replays on Racebook. Carded, so this is quite handy for trainers. They can see all their carded runners. Trophy cabinets goes back to 2009 as well, but you can see in her trophy cabinet all of her grade 1 wins, grade 2 wins, grade 3 wins. And if she wanted to, much like a social media page, we could put gallery gallery photos in there. So all these profile page act as mini websites for trainers, breeders, stallions, and it's all found in one place, which I think users find very beneficial.
And for trainers that would like to use the site, and obviously, I mean, for this it would be a form of advertising. Does it come free as well?
No. So basically, if you wanted to put your information like Candice has here and a profile picture with social links at the top with her logo, you would pay. So that works out to 3,000 Rand for the year. So I don't think it's expensive at all. And then just in terms of on the breeding side, we've got a few breeders. So you could search any breeders there and you'd get the same information, but they wouldn't have the pictures or the contact information, links to social media. So if we go to main chance, so the stud managers Tim, racing managers Glenn. It's got all your stallions are linked at the bottom and their stats are over there. And you'd get the same. You'd get results. You could see all the main chance carded runners, news links, sales, winners. Should show you the trophy cabinet as well. So stats display quite differently for breeders and stallions compared to trainers and jockeys, purely because they don't hit form like trainers and jockeys would. It's not important for stallions and breeders. So if you wanted to look at Silvano's profile, you can see his breeding over there. You can see he stands at main chance. He's owned by a syndicate. You've got to contact him if you need a service. We've also got an agreement with Orion, so you can see the pedigree. So for featured stallions, we can pop in the pedigree and the female line. One of the new features that we've just released is the broodmare profiles. So if you click broodmares there, and we wanted to search, you have a broodmare in mind? You'll go with quick single.
Yeah.
So basically, we pulled up Quick Single's broodmare profile. We get this information from the NHRA. So you can see all of her progeny. So in 2017, she's got a bay filly called Ultra Edge. This 2-year-old now is actually on the sale. And you can see her past foals over here. What's handy about this is that once catalogues are printed, they're normally out of date pretty quickly. Whereas here, if you search a broodmare, everything's up-to-date, relevant, and you can view these profiles from the broodmare page. Another feature I'd like to show you quickly, you switch to advanced search over here, takes you to this page, and this is very handy for the Mauritians if they're looking for geldings to buy from here, or breeders looking for fillies for stud.
Roz, you definitely got me hooked, so I'll be registering next, but we wish you all the very best for Racebook, and I'm sure it will grow from strength to strength.
Yeah, thanks very much, Julie. It's a very, very exciting project that we've been working on, and we're looking to improve it. So it's just the beginning.
And here comes Fire Away! Fire Away in the Danger's Hour.
The first son of Uncle Mo to stand in South Africa is Royal Mo, and he stands at Klavervlei Stud. Here is an update on Royal Mo.
A horse gallops with his lungs, perseveres with his heart, and wins with his character. We all have a dream of possibilities, a dream of an exhilarating adventure. To watch a dream unfold while defeating adversity is only achieved by the great. From a young colt, Royal Mo's potential needed little explanation. As his racing career took flight, tragedy struck when he fractured his sesamoid, and both horse and jockey, in a time of calamity, stayed steady and calm, which ultimately changed his fate. After surgery, a sensible and intelligent Royal Mo made a remarkable recovery. Now there was a new vision, a new dream, After being robbed from his full potential as a racehorse, Royal Mo was put into quarantine, being a lengthy ordeal before embarking on his journey to South Africa. Stepping into his career as a sire at Klavervlei Stud, he came into his stride, showing the courage of a true champion. With his first foals at foot in 2019, the future looks exciting. Now, standing at the threshold to make it as a sire, the future belongs to those who dare. We invite you to join us on this journey. A horse gallops with his lungs, perseveres with his heart, and wins with his character.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Don't forget to join us for more Breeding to Win action next week. From myself, Julie Alexander, and the rest of the Breeding to Win team, good night.